Aloha everyone, welcome to High Now Daily. I'm Natalie Duran. Happy Wednesday. We have so much for you today. Music, crafts, many Ono eats here in the kitchen, and Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and this is the perfect time to slow down and appreciate all the good things we have in our lives. And besides spending time with friends and family, my second favorite part of next week is the Thanksgiving leftovers. And we're going to kick things off right here. We have Christian Fern. He's Executive Director of the University of Hawaii's Professional Assembly, which represents the UH faculty. And also we have Chef Matthew over here already cooking away. He's assistant professor and culinary program coordinator at the Leeward Community College. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, I know we're going to be preparing and giving us tips about what we could do for our Thanksgiving leftovers, but Christian, I would start with you first, because with everything happening in the world, there's a lot of things shifting. How are the faculty feeling over there at UH?
I think there's a feeling of uncertainty amongst the faculty. You know, UHPA represents the faculty at all 10 UH campuses, both the four-year campuses and the community colleges. We're very thankful to be a part of a larger union, AFT, one of the largest, most powerful unions in the nation, who've been protecting faculty rights amongst all of these unprecedented attacks at the universities.
Right.
You know, today I'm really here to, remind the community about what our faculty do for the broader community here in the state of Hawaii, through their teaching, research, and service at the university.
That's right, Christian. No matter what's happening in the nation or in the world, we do our best to kind of help control what's around us and in our community, and you do so much of that. And also, Chef Matthew, that's why we're here today. With everything happening, it's also making sure that that dollar stretches as far as we can, right? No leftover wasted. So what are we preparing today?
So this is kind of my favorite use of our leftovers from Thanksgiving, right? I'm sure, like everyone else, we make way too much food for Thanksgiving. We don't always get to eat it. So I like to make a little bit of a cranberry turkey sandwich, sliders, for the next day. Because you're not quite sick of turkey just yet, so you're still into it. So right now we're making a chutney that's going to go along with it for our sauce, and then we'll be building the sandwich as we go.
Okay, as you cook away too, I just want to hear your story too, because you've been celebrating 15 years as a faculty member too, but it wasn't always... I see all the memories going in your head right now. But how did you transition into becoming that faculty member? It seems like you're happy in that position.
I love what I do. About 15 years ago, I got a little burnt out with the industry, and I needed to take a break. So took some time off, actually took almost a year off, stayed at home, became a stay-at-home dad for my kids. But what I found I really missed was that teaching, the training aspect of working with my employees. And so I decided to, just give it a try and get into teaching, and 15 years later, here we are, I
know we see all those clips too of the students there at LCC. We also seen some of those chefs entertain here in the kitchen too for kitchen scraps, and I bet it feels so great as your journey as a chef, becoming a mentor. How does it feel to kind of guide students through their journey of your own chefhood?
It's amazing. I mean, I was really lucky in my career. I had a lot of really good chefs, mentors that kind of brought me along and really gave me opportunities. And so it's been really nice for me to be able to kind of give back. I think outside of my kids, of course, I think it's the thing I feel best about in my life is being able to help our students get opportunities and grow and go on their careers.
And they're talented, definitely. I've tasted some of those chef students' dishes, and I'm stunned. But we got to talk about these next steps you're doing. Okay, so we got the chutney already chutneyed,
right?
And some of the cranberry.
So
right?
I have the chutney going. I think one thing I wanted to kind of show is it's a chutney, which is not a sauce, so it has a little bit more of a thicker, savory. You can see it has chunks in it, right? And so that adds a little bit more balance to the sandwich. I added the onions, browned the onions. We add the sugar, and then ground ginger, a little bit of cayenne, just for a little bit of kick.
Okay.
Some salt, and then cranberries, red wine vinegar, and orange juice.
Just all the recipe for a good time.
Just a lot of good stuff in here.
I hear that cayenne sometimes also increases the metabolism, so it kind of work off all that stuff you've been eating maybe the day before.
It's a good thought. It's a good thought to have for us on the day after Thanksgiving to be able to get rid of some of that. Right.
What I love about this leftover transformation too, that it's easy to share, right? And also grab and go.
Yes.
And I never even thought about that. I always made the sandwiches individually, but this is smart, kind of just slicing it down the middle, toasting it up, and it can last the whole day. Okay, what's next?
Yeah. So I put the cranberry on the bottom, and then we're gonna put our turkey on next. And I like to just give it a little bit of a fold because it just helps. You'll see it when we cut it at the end. It gives it a little bit more body to the sandwich, makes it look a little bit more nice, and then eats a little better as well. And then we'll follow with our cheese. We're gonna use Havarti today.
Ooh, Havarti. What does Havarti kind of taste like, if you could describe it?
It's a soft cheese. It's a pretty mild cheese. If you think kind of like maybe a mozzarella or a jack, but it does have just a little bit of a tang to it. Whereas mozzarella or jack is a little bit more mellow, right? So this again just helped to balance out the sandwich a little bit more.
Oh, this is a banging food, just sandwich stacked, right? You got all that cayenne pepper, the Havarti cheese, and a little bit of greens I see here too.
Right, so we have some alfalfa sprouts on top, and you know, just one, a little bit of health, but two, it just again gives it just a little bit of, has a little spice, a little kick to it as well. And then
that
just
crunch.
Yes, it definitely adds some crunch to it as well.
Okay, Chef, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish though? Once you're all together with your family, which one do you go for first?
You know what? Stuffing. I know it sounds funny, but I could eat just stuffing by itself. I don't even need the turkey or anything else. Just the stuffing, I'm good to go.
Okay, Chef Matthew finishes up the sandwich. Christian, I want to go back to you because bring it back to the community. I know, there's a lot of conversation about SNAP benefits, where that's kind of like evening out, but I know that the community colleges are already taking action to get food to our community, right?
Yes, so all of the community colleges actually give back to the communities in which they serve. Matt actually shared with us, the curriculum at Leeward Community Colleges actually bakes in both, service as well as teaching them about the love for local ingredients. So it's a little bit of, the love for local ingredients as well as aloha for the community. So one example of that is actually taking place this weekend where the culinary faculty and students are actually making 4,000 meals to be served out at Ko'olina, and that's going to be distributed to community organizations out there. That's to try and help give back to the community, and that's just one example of our faculty and students giving back, from the university.
Well, for folks who want to learn more about what you're doing there at the Assembly and everything that's going on in the community, where can they find out more information?
We have a lot of information on our website, www.uhpa.org.
Okay, and I gotta go back to Chef Matthew over here. He's getting those last. Give us a good little, break that apart.
So let's take a look and we can see.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna steal one.
Please,
okay,
please.
As I grab one of these and take a bite, we're actually gonna toss things over to Rachel and Lauren. They recently had a chance to travel and have fun, so let's check it out. Cheers.
Cheers.